Welcome to today's Seidokan Saturday. Today we're going to look at jumping kicks. A lot of people think that jumping kicks are purely a Korean thing, but I'll remind those who are in our lineage, this is Master Toma up in the air doing a flying side kick. So jumping can be a very valuable skill in and of itself. But the main benefit of jumping kicks is how much it improves your regular standing kicks, because you have to chamber and snap much more quickly when you have to get it done in the time you're in the air. And with less and less time in the air at nearly 64, I have to kick very quickly, but I'm not kicking very high anymore. So what are the advantages outside? It's not really always a good combative, although you will see good flying knees and flying kicks in mixed martial arts, which I kind of use that as the public's view standard of reality context, even though it's still somewhat removed from reality. But if it works there, then there is a function for it. It's kind of the idea. So jumping in and of itself uses the explosive muscles and neurological pathways. Without getting into all the technical stuff, we have type 1, type 2 muscle fibers, 2A, 2B, 1X, other things are transitional. They keep finding other ways that you can develop. But the most important part is the neurological stimulus. Each muscle fiber has a specific nerve that innervates or activates that muscle. Your body, my body in particular, is lazy. It wants to find the path of least energy expenditure, which is why a marathon runner at the beginning will use 49,000 calories or 4,900 calories in a race, but an experienced marathon runner will only burn 2,500 because his body has trained to be more efficient. It's not working as hard, not burning as many calories. So when we kick, our body wants to use what are called the slow twitch, the red, the oxygenated fibers, and move slowly, steadily. Anything that we do on a slow and steady pace. The type 2 fibers are only activated either by an immense application of will and intent, or by necessity. If I go to deadlift some weight and I pull the way my body wants to, it's not going to go, and your body will recognize and go, oh, I got to send some signals to a whole bunch of other fibers in order to get that weight up. Same thing with kicking, with jumping. Jumping is an explosive movement and therefore requires a signal to put more energy into those muscles. So the benefit beyond just combative is what it does for your ability to move explosively and quickly. And especially as we age, any of my older Seidokan buddies out there, if we keep jumping, things like falling become less prevalent. Because if I trip and my body moves slowly into recovery, I'm going to fall. But if I stumble and I can quickly move and regain my balance because my explosive fibers and nerves are still activated, I have less injury potential. So there are a lot of benefits. The technique themselves. I use a 3-part template because there are a variety of ways to do each jumping kick. Now we already did the scissor kick, where we do the split position and come back into place. So we've already done that one. So the 3-part template, I'm going to start with the front kick, and using that as a template, we can apply the same movement to roundhouse and side kicks. So on the front kick, from my combative kamae or my defensive kamae, my stance, my posture, wherever I'm starting from, the easiest thing to do is jump together and then go. The problem with that is that moment of coming together slows me down. So I want to practice jumping right from my fighting stance position. So a way to do that is from here to do a jump tuck and land right back into place. And practice that on each side. That'll help prepare you. I do that in my early ranks so that by the time we get to jump kicks, we've sort of already handled that. So the 3-part template is this. From my fighting position, we jump first, kick a front kick with the front leg, and land right in place. Right there, okay? I'm not jumping high. I'm not doing a whole kick, but I'm just showing you the template. Next, we jump and kick with the rear foot and land forward. Next, we do the step stool or the nidan geri version, which we see in our Chinto kata. And then we repeat on this side. Jump, front leg kick, jump, back leg, land forward, step stool, coming forward. We apply that template so that combatively, if I'm fighting, depending on my distance, as I jump, I kick here. If I'm a little further away, I come forward. If I'm even further away, I come into my opponent. So the three types of kick are range indicative, range dependent, right? So I'm going to have Max, if you will, so that I can talk after jumping. So the front kick, front leg, hey, hey, back leg coming forward, hey, hey. And again, if he kicked with the back leg and landed back in place, that's the scissor kick, which we've previously done, and step stool, hey, hey. Good, hands back. Now that same template can be applied to roundhouse and side kick. The difference is how much we have to rotate the hips in the air. So when I jump from here to kick with my front leg, I have to jump and turn to get that roundhouse kick. It's a long way to go, right? Roundhouse, mawashi geri, tobu mawashi geri. Hey, hey. Good. Back leg. Hey! Hey! And step stool. Hey! 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 And back. Good. Okay, you get the idea. Front leg, rear leg travel, rear leg again. Now, I do it as a sequence just to distinguish the different variations, but you can practice any given single one, obviously. Just do one several times, and do the next one several times, whatever. But if I'm moving across the floor in a drill, we'll practice this way so that we cover all three variations. Try side kick. Scoot back just a little bit. Okay. Front leg. Hey. Hey. Back leg forward. Hey. Hey. You got a lot of hip rotation that's got to happen here. And then scoot back. And this one, the nidan geri, the two-step version, is actually the same as a flying side kick, so you can make it a full big run if you want. Hey! Hey! And yame. Arigatou gozaimasu. So those are our three basic. Now there are a couple of other jump kicks that have slightly different parameters and dynamic. We can apply the hook kick to the same thing as the side kick. And the hook kick can also be done jumping and spinning. I had a student years ago who was really good at doing a jump, reverse crescent kick in the air and landing right there. That's a lot of athleticism, okay? But the value is in the athleticism and keeping that plyometric, explosive movement in your techniques. Those are our three kicks for today. Tobu maigeri, tobu mawashi-geri, tobu yoko-geri. Make sure you're turning the hips, work on the jumping. And until next week, as always, thank you for joining. Like, share, subscribe, and let's keep practicing.